Welcome back, it's Ryzen, and today I'm going to be talking about Gustang versus Traumerei. So the reason why I wanted to go over Gustang versus Traumerei in today's video in particular is because of a comment left by the 25th Viol, which says, "I love this review. For some reason, Traumerei seems more sinister than Gustang due to the fact that we have no idea what he's really thinking." So first off, thank you so much for the kind words, and thank you for inspiring the main topic of this video, because I was thinking about which one is more sinister, and overall power was a factor that I was considering. Then I realized that I actually never flat out gave my stance on who I thought was stronger, so I thought I could kill two birds with one stone and give my argument as to who the stronger combatant is and who is more sinister. So to start out, I think the best thing we can do is look at the tower rankings directly, and as most of you know, Traumerei actually doesn't have a rank. Now there are two potential reasons as to why he doesn't have a rank. One being that SIU didn't want Traumerei, the first family head shown as a direct hostile and a lethal threat to bomb, to be able to be slotted into any ranking, because if Traumerei fights a family head, then people will be able to assume the winner. Now this doesn't make total sense, because I personally wouldn't find Traumerei having a place in the rankings to take away from the intensity of a potential fight, given the fact that the majority of what goes into that ranking is influence. Maybe SIU just wanted to make the character's power a complete mystery, but we're not really too sure. Another potential reason would be more in-lore reasons, such as Jihad not wanting Traumerei to be included, or Traumerei himself not wanting to be included. Why? I have no idea. It actually doesn't really make that much sense, which is why I'm leaning towards Traumerei's exclusion being because of SIU's manipulation of the audience and not having real in-lore significance. If SIU ever mentioned why he didn't include Traumerei in the rankings, let me know. Maybe I could have missed it, but for now we're going to be rolling with that. So with that out of the way, I'm first going to give some arguments for Traumerei winning, and then arguments for Gustang winning, and then give the conclusion. But just to mention before I get into that, the argument that Traumerei or Gustang needs bomb to win, therefore the other person is weaker, is irrelevant since they both want to use bomb to further their ambition and increase their overall strength. So I just wanted to get that out of the way just in case anybody was going to comment that. So as for why Traumerei would win, it's pretty simple here. Jihad asks him to deal with Gustang, and I get that there was already a lot brewing between the two of them and that, it was just kind of convenient to ask him, but I simply don't think Jihad would ask this of him if he genuinely didn't think that Traumerei had a decent chance. Traumerei himself also may think that he has a chance given the fact that he accepted Jihad's offer as well. Additionally, Gustang is in the bottom half of the tower rankings relative to the other family heads, which means that just by probability, Traumerei has a more likely chance of being stronger than him. But to be honest, that's pretty much all I've got in terms of pro-Traumerei arguments. But what about arguments in favor of Gustang? A lot of people don't know this about Gustang, but he actually is friends with Mexeth. And this has insane implications. Mexeth being the father of the workshop created the god of guardians, who taught the irregulars Shinwan Ryu, which is one of the most powerful, if not straight up the most powerful attack in the entire series. Additionally, Mexeth himself created the White Ore, which is Arie Han's weapon, which is the most powerful weapon in the tower by far. The only S+ rank weapon in the entire tower, which is insane, man. Having a friendship with Mexeth is huge, and it's probably honestly not even a stretch to say that he likely has an extremely powerful item made by Mexeth that he keeps a secret. Additionally, while Traumerei may be confident going against Gustang, Gustang seems to be confident in going against the entire Jihad empire, so I guess there's a little bit of a ratio there, if you will. And additionally, Gustang is a wave controller, and I would argue that being a wave controller is likely more suited for one-on-one combat than somebody like Traumerei, who is an anima. And you can even refute the argument of Jihad thinking that Traumerei could win by saying that Jihad only asked Traumerei because Traumerei is the most obedient family head, which I think is a safe assumption to make. But to take everything I've said into perspective, overall, if you want to go by what we absolutely and concretely know for a fact, it would be more accurate to say that Traumerei wins, but in my opinion, with the assumptions that we can make and with things that are very likely true, I'm going to say that Gustang wins. So the official Ryzen 4K take is that Gustang would beat Traumerei in a one-on-one fair fight. I think that Gustang's intelligence, his cunning nature, plus his friendship with Mexeth and his defiance of Jihad, is SIU indirectly pretty much just screaming at us that Gustang is hiding something, man. Something that makes him extremely, extremely dangerous, even, I'd argue, to other family heads. And to answer the question of who's more sinister, I'm going to give this to Gustang, man. He actually killed named characters, which I don't think Traumerei has ever done, and he did so in a brutal fashion, one of the most brutal murderings in the entire series. His ego also seems to be the largest out of anyone we've ever met. Like, his ego is actually like on par with Jihad, which is insane. And SIU himself even stated that Gustang is a dark mastermind. And the title of dark mastermind is, again, just insane and really does speak to his sinister nature. But yeah, that's about it. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like. And if you want to take your support even further, check my Patreon link in the description. I have reactions to almost a dozen unreleased chapters. And I have vaulted past live streams on there as well. So you can make video requests. And there's just a ton of exclusive stuff on there. So definitely check that out. Thank you so much to my patrons, Joel and Tikos. And an extra special shout out to Gavin, Nicholas, and Remorsefuls for being those irregular and access to your patrons. Your guys' support means the world to me. I have my Discord link in the description as well. And that's about it. Peace.